it's starting to make sense to me. Like, of course, when I first started reasoning, is there lizard people running everything, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you go, I don't fucking know. Do I want to go down this rabbit hole?
Yeah.
But now I've gone down it from different people. It's not as radical as you think. Right, because you just start to learn about things. And it's not like all big dragon, but it is, and it's got to do with blood, and it's got to do with ancient history.
Yeah.
Stuff in the Bible,
and yeah.
Where do you get these monarchs and these ruling bloodlines that decided to there was a guy last night, I was listening to last night. He said, well, the people that came from this Atlantis stuff, because then there's that Atlantis stuff, there's their interdimensional breeding, like in the Bibles, the gods came down to breed with the daughters of men.
Yeah.
Because they found them beautiful, which is where you get sometimes like the old stories of what? Well, the temptress woman, the two sides of the woman that brings the nurturing to the other side of the man through the union of love, or the woman that can rob him of power by tempting him to, release seed.
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's the, that. And how many things do you have about in mythology of men climbing over this for women, and women launching ships, and women moving this, and men moving mountains for women, and this goddess,
yes,
or demon. I was listening to the four demons. Lilith is the most known one, but there's these other three. There's a head one or something, which is that's that side that the feminine that nurtures the man, or that lures him into the fucking. Because then the Chinese will tell you, well, you get a certain age, don't go fucking ejaculating all the time. And then the tantric is what? Well, don't come, but don't ejaculate. Why? You've got to keep the energy, because you're spilling the seed. Only spill the seed if you want to procreate, but otherwise don't spill the seed. And then the Asians are telling you why, because there's all the chi energy.
Yes.
Especially when you get older. And now, then it's like the ocean. The ocean goes out. That's why men lose energy when they ejaculate. Why? Because they expel.
Yeah.
Now the system shuts down.
Yeah.
Whereas the woman is the ocean. The wave goes out, the masculine, and then pulls back into the feminine.
Yeah.
And the feminine is the subconscious. Which is where shamans travel through. Which is why there is goddesses. Why? Because they need to go through the feminine to get the deep knowledge. Because the feminine, which is why the church then turned it into a male sky god to trick you all.
Yes.
And did become a patriarchy. So when feminists go on about patriarchies, I understand, but you don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's a great patriarchy, but it's got nothing to do with this. The men get paid 52 cents more. No. The red wine from Jesus's blood is really supposed to be menstrual blood.
Yeah.
Why? So the menstrual blood, which holds the goddess, the gate, the gateway to the unconscious, where the shaman travels.
Yes.
To come back with knowledge from where? Inside the feminine. Why? Because the masculine is outward. It's the conscious.
Yeah.
The woman is the subconscious. So yeah, you're in a patriarchy, but not the one you think. It's far deeper than you think. Here's what they've done. They've tricked you by triggering the archetype of reality.
Yeah.
Because they're black magicians, I reckon. So you can say what? You can trigger the archetype within a collective conscious.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do with this one? What's happening in presently at the moment? We just press the death button. Mortality covers borders. The oldest one, the oldest, most dust. They probably had to blow dust off it. Oh no, they probably didn't. They're pressing it all the time. Probably to get a new one put on. But I mean, think about it. Even plants go, "Don't kill me."
Yeah.
So, so press that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. was like, I've told this story before, but it was quite profound to me when this first started in the first week.
Yeah.
I went straight in the bush. I was in Manchester. They had this big park there. So I went and I sort of like went a bit shaman-like and found rocks, the right rocks.
Yeah.
Built this fire. And then and you've got to sit in the dirt and smoke. Sun and, you know, ash. That's what you want in you. This thing's real. Right? And then this black guy came and sat with me for a couple of hours and was talking to him. And then when we go to shake hands. It's the first week when they started all this nonsense, right? It's the first. I go to shake hands with you, and I go to shake hands with him. I feel this fear come up in me. Because I don't know if this is real, what they're talking about. You know, am I touching this guy? Who's this guy? And the fear come up. So we elbow bumped like this. And I walked off, and the fear is like here. And I went, see, that's what they want. See, this is just press it. And then I went, well, that's mine.
Yeah.
And then they do the next step, don't they? They bring in the propaganda of going, what? Don't face that fear. Just understand that it's so scary. It's not yours. You have no responsibility over it. Right? It's just come from this invisible outside thing. Right? Now we're going to get the propaganda of going, what? And if you don't believe it, then you're going to kill other people. So now instead of you facing your fear, you can deny it and project it onto everybody else who hasn't fallen for it. Yeah. And think yourself as virtuous. Because we've managed to, not only have we frightened you with your mortality death button, but we've tricked your own humanity and empathy for your fellow men and women that does sit in your deepest heart and soul. And we've tricked that against you so you use it against them and yourself.
Yeah.
No, Steve, you think it's a 5G alien?
You just know
it's a
it.
problem.
Yeah.
It is a problem when you have to go, look, I'm sorry you're not smart enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why should I have to? So many people go explain to me. I go, I can't. It took me 25 fucking years. I didn't just.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. There's hundreds of books and joining dots and having fucking breakdowns and knowing I was lied to and looking at myself and knowing, you know, and then fucking, and then is that real? I don't know. And then realizing I was lied to and then realizing, oh, why was I actually doing this?
Yeah.
You know, what's motivating me to actually be like this? I have to look at myself and I have to look at why is this happening? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Everyone I know that seems to be a dumb conspiracy theorist seems to understand non-dualism, deep spirituality, soul contracts, stuff. I'm like, and yet all these people run around watching Netflix and going, is there anything else on Netflix? Because I've watched everything because there's nothing to do, but they know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you go through this to learn, I find, because if I went through some stupidities in my life, I thought it was just, I learned another lesson. Some of us obviously have to learn the hard way.
I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
5 years, just brutal fucking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scorpionic, too many taps on the shoulder. It's almost like, well, this dickhead wants to drag himself through the fucking bottom of it's going to be rough.
Yeah. But then next time you would know, like, you know.
Well, I don't want it next time. It's too brutal, so, you know.
Yeah.
But it fucking woke me up. Well, I remember the day I remember one of the first things that woke me up to I was a fucking robot.
Yeah.
I had all this information. I was doing all this comedy about stuff. I was thinking of new stuff. I said, no, I was a fucking robot. I was a fucking robot, like everybody else, complete fucking robot. I didn't fall for things as gullible as everybody else, but in my other behaviors, you know, never stopping, watching pornography, taking drugs, having girlfriends, but never really fucking being involved with them.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
My dark night of the soul, watching porn. There's another one that takes men away. Good for the feminism thing. Grabs men at that base chakra. Turns, now we turn women into fucking. You thought about you a sex object before.
Mm. Yeah.
So it's that's why I just tell everything to them. Like Patrice O'Neill, what are they going to do? We live in a world where they can just expose you now. So I'm already exposed. I've taken drugs, been addicted to porn, watched film. Porn is like fucking drugs. You start off watching two people have sex. Next minute you sit there and go, why am I watching chicks with their arms tied behind their backs getting fucked with dildos with fucking 7 black chicks dressed in rubber fucking beat the guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, well, mind you, there's some pornography I've seen where you just go, mate, stop it.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
Yeah.
You can't have a guy, some woman stick a dildo up your ass that's the size of a paint tin, mate. You're wrapped in a gimp suit getting called a maggot. This is not the fucking way, mate.
Well, they make it so for the audience.
Yeah, but you just go, come on, mate. This guy's got to be into it to get into this porn. Like what do you come on, mate. This is you got to get back to when just getting a hand job and having a chick kiss you at the same time is enough. Isn't that enough, mate? Like, you don't know, why is this big black woman? Why is this black woman? You're not a maggot, mate. You're not a maggot. But everything exists, doesn't it?
Yeah. As you said about the cigarettes, you said, okay, they don't want you to smoke, but you can buy the cigarettes. It's the same with that.
Oh, it's the same with that. What soon porn stars will just be celebrities. They'll introduce them as celebrities, and they'll put them on the TV channels as pop stars, and they'll just get more hardcore. And the lyrics will get more disgusting, and then it'll just be normalized. This decadent Sodom-like morality will just be. And this is coming from a guy that's grown up through death metal and singing bands that sing songs about fucking violence and chaos and that. I used to think, what am I adding to this fucking? And when I used to listen to death metal, it was like, I used to go, where did the singing come from? When did we start to go, right, let's just so it's before we used to go, why do birds suddenly appear?
I don't know.
If you put that music on, you almost go back to the 70s. You go, my God, it's like a different fucking universe.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's a much better time.
Yeah.
It's just, if they think technology is going to be some paradise,
Oh, no, I just see this Instagram. It's so like self-love, like selfishness and narcissism, and it's just disgusting.
You know what it's like now? As an artist, you put music out or something, it's almost like nothing catches anymore, right? You make a record and you throw it in the river and it just goes, because there's just stuff hitting everybody, right? Because they're on these things that just go, and when you've watched that, watch this, and here's a chick doing yoga, and here a guy, and we've recommended this for you, and here's a fucking thing about. And here's the thing about politics, and here's some news, and here's some news, and here's some propaganda, and here's some news, and here's some channels we've selected for you. And you even put a record on and sat down and by yourself and read the lyrics, and you don't even know where this band comes from because you've got to wait for a magazine that takes a month to come out, and you sit there going, right, which is better for you. Why? Because now none of you are into anything.
No.
It just all it's like you're standing in a river filled with rubbish. And you just right.
Total disorder.
Yeah, like, just get hit by chip bags and milkshake things and empty Coke cans and cigarette packets and just while claiming you're open-minded and into everything. I'm just into everything. I'm into everything.
No, there's no focus on one thing. It's not like grab one thing and do it properly. Like as you said, just listen to it and but like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I don't know where is it going, and all these applications, and listen stuff here.
I've just never wanted to go into that world. I've got a stupid phone and this thing and all this crap, but I don't. People go, you get this app, Steve. You go, no, I don't want one.
Nah.
I don't want an app. I don't want the thing. It might be easier for something. Okay, I might have to get it, but I don't want to listen to.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to my music in a big fucking whorish selection of some invisible jukebox.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we're sitting. I don't know. And then I meet these people who are just like, where's all your, I go to people's houses and where's your stereo? Oh, we threw them all out.
I know, I'm same in a way. So totally literate when it comes to it.
I'm like, no, I'm not, you know.
Yeah. Just like, haven't you got Spotify? Haven't you got this? Haven't you got that? No, I just, you know, give me a CD.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what was so hard. But, and then I see people now with this thing they're talking to in their house. Alexa, could you put Kiss Detroit Rock City on? Do you mean Carpenters? All I want is love. No, can you put, I'm sitting there going, what is my fucking record on? They're standing next to light switches asking something to turn off the light.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when you don't get involved, they think you're nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. They do.
And I don't know why it even bothers them. If I had an old Android phone, which I'd love, that just did text and phone, I just want one of those. But I know if I had it, I'll pull it out, they go, is that your phone? And I don't even know why it concerns them. Why does it even affect you? Why does it even, if some guy pulled out an old phone, I just go, cool.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't say anything. I don't know why it affects you. But now you can tell because they're like that. Like, yeah, I'll do whatever you say, but they're all like that.
They're all like that, yeah.
Like I've got, yeah, well, why haven't you got one of those phones? But why does it bother you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not with everybody, and this is the thing to do. And if you haven't done it, then why come you haven't done it? How come this one hasn't done it?
Yeah. And then now they're texting that they bloody, you know, jump in the river and they just trip over something. And like the other day I was on my scooter and there was a woman she was texting, and literally I stopped. She would have hit the fence. She was just texting and walking like opposite direction, and I had to stop on like she couldn't see me. I'm sorry, she just jumped, you know, and it's just crazy.
I mean, the one thing I thought might be a good evolutionary step for all these people is maybe their intuition will become heightened and they'll just start walking around people like that. Everyone's got up a step. Oh, look at this.
That's a good idea. We need an application for that. We can invent
it. It's not an app. I just developed it.
Here's the money. Easy money, Steve. I actually got rid of my old phone just because the battery. I could get a battery because you couldn't keep them going. They would just go flat in an hour. And I had to get Android, but it's an old one too. So I don't even, I'm not very good at phones.
Well, I know what they do. They just put something out, and then, you know, if you want to stay with the old one, you can't. Why? Because they just get rid of them all.
Yeah, they get rid of them. Yeah.
That's their new strategy. Well, you have to join. Why? We just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, we made all these iPods. We made iPod chargers, and now where are they?
Yeah.
No, you got to go into Spotify and that. Well, where's the iPods?
Yeah.
No, they don't. It's gone.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have one unless you've still got one that works. Some of my mates have still got one. Still going. Yeah, of course it's still going because they made it when it didn't fuck up, really.
Yeah.
It's just fuck up there. Of course they did. I mean, that's an old school sort of, you know, salesman thing, isn't it? Just they started to get into the idea of just make it break quicker, we'll sell more. You know, it just comes out of the environment, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah.
It's from those old stories, like when Singer sewing machine did a big, hey, if you hand in your old Singer sewing machine, then we'll give you one of these brand new ones. And everyone did, but they'd had these ones for 300 years and they still worked, you know?
They still work.
Yeah. Why? Because they were made by craftsmen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And also, I think I always look at it like this too now, you know, not even doing manual labor, even if it's in the production lines, which comes out of the Industrial Revolution sort of period mindset. just a bunch of men in a factory putting a car together on a thing. They're still getting there going like this, right? At the end of it, they still create something, right?
Mm.
So and what is creating something? Well, it's bringing, stuff into well, manifesting, or like life. So, why do people start to go, old ladies in gardens, they know what they're up to.
Yeah.
They're in the soil. They're they're in symbiosis.
Mm.
So the act of creation is like symbiosis, isn't it? Well, if God creates and the universe manifests, and then you're a portal of what creation. So what do you do now? Well, we take the manual labor away, and now you all do this. Now you don't even create.
Mm. Yeah.
Now you're just a what? Now you don't even.
Yeah.
So we're taking everything. See, you don't understand. This is an attack on every aspect of your humanity.
Yes.
Down to the deepest fucking. See, people can't see it. When people get, what's Steve? So you tell me what the whole world is just under some conspiracy, and they're all in it together, and they managed to shut the world down. Well, did they stop smoking all over the world?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
How? Well, it's bad for you, Steve, and it's good for you. No. Did they stop selling you cigarettes? No. They took away one of your freedoms under a medical guideline, which is a fucking psyop, getting you ready for this stuff. Why didn't they just say, okay, if you can have non-smoking and smoking pubs, no, nowhere. Where? Brazil, Canada. I'm sure there's places in Greece and Croatia and somewhere I can go and sit in a mountaintop cafe. In Japan, you can still go into some fucking pubs. But don't tell me, I've been all around the world. Suddenly it happened where? Belgium, Amsterdam, Spain, Ireland, Scotland, Australia, Canada, the United States.
Mm.
Spain, Brazil.
Yeah.
The Netherlands. Can anyone say no? No. Why? Why didn't anyone say no? Honestly, people wouldn't say no because the government's set up to help people, and smoking's bad for you.
Yeah.
That's why we stuck the pictures of the dead bodies on there, so that your subconscious mind would take in pictures of death every time you look.
That's disgusting.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's why even though I'm smoking, they're fucking.
That's disgusting. Oh, okay. Here you go. Oh, that's clever.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Or it goes in. Or it goes in there.
Oh.
So like that Japanese guy that wrote love on the fucking
yeah
glass of the water. You know that guy, the Japanese guy that put love and joy and that on the water, and then hate and envy and death and that on other water, and then the water changed. It's just the vibration of the words went into the water. So
yeah.
you think they're putting these pictures? And how come everyone in the world put these pictures on? Everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you why there a conspiracy they can shut down the world. Yeah, why? Because all your governments have sold yourselves out, and they've signed treaties, they've signed things that have to do with global warming and which is all bullshit.
Mm.
Most of you going, I can't not believe in global warming, Steve. Yeah, well, it's bullshit. And whether it's bullshit or not, it's being used against you.
Yeah. You know what?
You're gonna okay.
Yeah.
You've been telling me about global warming for about 40 years.
Yes.
When are you going to start? You just keep talking about it. You don't do anything. And even if you said you were going to do something, what are you going to do?
Exactly what you're going to do. Can you prevent it?
I know what you're going to do. You're going to tell that human beings now, as you're psyoping them into thinking they're a virus, now you're going to bring in the global warming scenario so that they understand, they start to see they're a virus, and you're going to say human activity has caused this. So we're going to shut off huge tracts of land all over the globe where humans can't go. Why? To save the planet. There's your next psyop after this one. That's why they got your Greta Thunberg ready to bring her back out when she has to come back out after, we've got some things back to normal per se, and now we've got to bring out this one.
Mm.
Now we're going to bring in Agenda 21, where you're not allowed to have cars or private property or go into the woods anymore or go over there. Why? Because we've got to maintain balance in because there's too many of you. And so we're going to, we're the ones that told you there's too many of you as well. And you believe that.
Yeah.
And now you're willing to let us, put things in you.
Yeah.
But don't worry, keep watching Netflix and, you know, Britain's Got Talent and, you know, that drag show with that guy on it. Keep watching that. Keep watching it. It's doing your brain the world of good. Keep watching it.
Yeah.
Keep watching it and then thinking you know more than everybody else. Keep doing it.
Mm.
Because history just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist past what?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And then if we want to go non-dual, yeah, it doesn't exist. So here's where you think paradoxically, you'd understand that, yeah, you don't know everything and everything's fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right. So, but if you think that this, you know, well, reality is an illusion, what is it? Albeit a very stubborn one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You also said that the movies influence people, like they influence people with the movies, which is really true.
Oh, so much.
Yeah.
So much.
So much.
Even people,
yeah.
This is how, you know, you've really got to look. We're all brainwashed.
Yeah, we are.
I hate it when people get, no, you think I'm brainwashed, Steve?
Mm.
Well, of course. Why do you think you got away with it?
Yeah.
Did you watch TV? Yeah. Right. Have you watched tons of films and that? Yeah. Well, guess what? You formed ideas about reality through those things. Don't be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
This has been done by geniuses. Don't be ashamed of yourself. You didn't know, right? But if you said to most people, you know, what do you think about people from Kentucky and Arkansas and that? Most of them people will probably just go, you squeal like a pig, boy. What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't know anything about nothing. Most people would go, and then they'd laugh. But is that what all people from Arkansas are like? From the southern states of America? They never seem to show you the ones that go, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Of course, yeah. Yes, sir. No, sir. Of course, welcome. Come on in. So who's trying to tell you that all these people are like that?
Mm.
Is there some people like that down there? Wholeheartedly, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So none of you people around the rest of the world have any people like this?
Mm. In
your outpost with fucking abandoned bits of your country, you haven't got, yeah. Pretty sure you probably have. You know?
Yeah.
But no. You think a bunch of people down there just, yeah, that's what you think. And where'd you get that? Well, you know where you got it.
Mm.
So who made it? So start to look. So start to look. Is there any other thing like this? So you have to look at yourself. What else have I looked at? What else have I just looked at, taken on board? Just because it was presented. Now I can look at films like they're just a huge propaganda thing. I can just look at it. Look at that. I mean, it's so obvious now, do it? Some of them are so with the identity politics, it's so obvious. Yeah. But with the more hardcore esoteric stuff, some people still don't know. But it's fucking, look at it. Mm. Look at it. Fucking everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. It's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. Well, that's how the Second World War started, also in propaganda.
Yeah. And now it's just everywhere. It's everywhere. It's on cereal boxes and coins and adverts and TV shows and art and just and here. Oh, look, we put a rainbow gay flag on our president's fucking on the White House or something. You're like, well, like,
yeah.
Why? Why don't you put an Iron Maiden flag up?
Yeah.
When did gays become a country?
Mm.
Well, they've got a flag. It's got to go up on the House of Parliament. Why? So you don't hate gays. And if you don't want that up there, then you must hate gays. See how it works, Steve? See how it works?
Yeah.
And now I've got a corrupted media filled with fluoride brained idiots to come and support me.
Yeah.
Everyone's a victim now. Why do you think they promoted let's help mental health? No, because they're going to use mental health against you. Most of you aren't fucking mentally ill. What mental illness? How can you have a mental illness? It's the mind. You can't even see the mind.
Yeah.
If they're giving me pills to affect the brain, then surely they're looking at it from a physical perspective.
Yeah.
But they call it a mental illness. Why? No, it's a mental symptom.
Mm.
Why? Because the organ which is operating with thought and neural pathways perhaps is sick. And that's the way you're approaching it, because you're giving me pills to apparently fix the brain. But then you say it's a mental illness, which is nebulous and invisible.
Yeah.
But you've never seen the mind, so how do you know it's ill? And why are you treating the body if you think the mind's ill?
Yeah.
Even though you could treat the body to fix the mind, because they're interconnected. Well, they are not even connected. They're probably just the same thing. Like, but now you go, it's a mental illness. It's got.
Yeah.
I don't trust these doctors, these medicine people, these systems. These systems are always just, you don't know, you know. They were going to give me back surgery in the 90s, and then why? Because I've got a prolapsed disc in my back. And then I go to an acupuncturist. He goes, no, you don't. And fix me in 3 weeks. That's when I went, right.
Yeah.
I knew I hated those fuckers. I knew I didn't trust those fuckers. Now I got proof.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
So, you know. But people, you know, just do what the doctor tells you. Mummy told you, didn't she? Just do what the doctor tells you. No, don't. Not if he's an arrogant piece of shit that's just now, you know, into a system, a demonic system that's just handing out pills and ready to stick you with poison. Don't. Fuck him.
Nah, that's just all. But also, they've been paid for it to promote.
And plus, you know,
medication.
Western medicine, where does it come from? Well, it comes from war. That's why they're good at patching you up.
Yeah.
But they're not good at going like Chinese medicine, going, well, the sickness is already happening, you know, or shamans going, well, we could go into a journey and get rid of the karma and the sickness won't come. Oh, Steve, what are you talking about? Well, stuff that some people just take for granted. Just because you don't live in Brazil, where some people go, we'll go and see the shaman. Why? And then the whole village will sit around and go, oh, no. Why? Because the whole village is going to get healed. Why? Because the whole village is connected to this person that's in the village, which is not a socialism, hey, everybody's equal thing. We can all, right?
Nah. Yeah.
But they just go in there. I mean, how many doctors do I have to go and see? And then, you know, they just go, oh, I don't know. I'll take this.
Yeah.
We'll wait. We'll see. But I've met other guys, because I've just got off my ass and go, well, I have to go and, you know, they stuck me on those psych meds. I got off them. Why? I found people to get me off them. Yeah. So, because there's no way I was staying on them. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, I couldn't think of a worse slave. Like,
oh, and the side effects, you know, it kills your 5 organs. You save one, apparently, and it kills your 5 organs at the same time.
Mate, it's just what? Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, you'll just feel sick, and if you try and stop, you'll probably die. And your dick doesn't work, and you don't have any emotions, and yeah, but you're all right. They didn't even work on me on that level. They didn't even work. I mean, you know. Yeah. A lot of them, they go, well, we'll just try this and we'll try that one. If that doesn't work, we'll try this one. So you don't even know what you're doing. Why? Because you don't know how the brain functions.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
right. They don't. I never wanted to take that stuff. When I sorted myself out, like when I looked into myself and to see what was suffering here, like what was going on, and I looked into myself and, you know, who is it happening to, and all of it, it disappeared. But I went to see someone for like 6 times or 5-6 times. Now, it was nothing. I was just hitting a brick wall. It was just hitting the center. It's like these people like who get defensive, like it's almost that defensiveness wall with egotism, with the mask I was once. So when that wall disappeared, it just went right through the space, through, like it just can't stick anyway. It was no longer sticky. So that psychological thing was gone. But of course, yeah, you know, we're gonna lose someone. We might grieve, you know, you lose your loved ones, who knows, and you might grieve. But that's normal. Animals,
yeah, of course,
you know.
Yeah.
It just do not resist what comes, and that's simple. Like Nisargadatta, I like what he said. He says it's very simple. Just turn it around. We want what we don't have, and we don't want what we have. Just change it around. Want what you have and don't want what you don't have. Simple. And, so yes, problem solved, isn't it? And it's but people don't listen. So
in that thing, you know, and I know I get a little arrogant. As I said, I'm a bit of an arrogant sometimes. But you know, because I woke up the hard way. It's not like I knew everything. And I mean, is this a podcast? Are people listening? I hope, because I'm just sitting here, feel like I'm chatting to you. I hope I'm not boring anybody.
No, that's yeah. I'm gonna put it up later. Like it's gonna be put up later. I'm just recording now.
Oh, okay.
And I was gonna put up on the channel. So yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, I've never been good at maths and things, that side of me brain. You know, I'm out of balance. I could do it. You know, I need to work in the woods for a year with a man who makes me build things. You know, you know, so perhaps this side of me brain will pep up a bit, right? Because if you want me to do creative things all day, I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, but it is you do get, as I said before, you do get, if you can just see things easier, you do get frustrated.
Yeah.
And now it's really fucking strange because it's like, it's so obvious. Things are so obvious. It's like,
yeah,
can't you see what's happening? Well, yeah. I'm just going to get the thing, and then Bill Gates is going to put me on the moon, is he, Steve? And they,
oh, that man should go. I'm like so over him, and I just don't know. I just don't want to stay here. I'm glad I'm old, so I won't be around for too long to see what's going to happen. I swear to God. It's just disgusting. Yeah. It's it's just crazy. And what, like, I didn't ask you, what do you like who are you listening at, like, most? What metal band do you fancy?
I don't know. I don't listen to metal all the time, to tell you the truth. I'm usually listening to shamanic music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been for years. You know, I like metal sometimes, but I just yeah, I'm usually listening to some woman sing with the fucking drum behind her. It's got more, you know.
Yeah. I keep changing as well. I don't know. Like, depends. Sometimes it's just I have a music on. Like, I love various music, but we do change. I presume, you know, at some stage. And
yeah. It's just I listen to heavy metal the same way I drink alcohol. In the sense of, if there was blokes around who I really knew and right into metal, I'd drink alcohol and listen to metal with them.
Yeah.
That's how you know, when I was young, I'd listen to metal all the time, but that's how we enjoyed listening to metal. Why? Well, there was 8 of us there, all fucking getting into it, you know.
Yeah.
So we're not as full up now, but you know, I still know blokes my age, if they were drunk enough and sitting around, and all night, like, put that record on.
Yeah.
That was always great about metalheads. They went to parties with the intention of listening to music, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas normal people went there, it was on in the background. The metal party was like, no, it's on.
Full on. Full on. Yeah.
We're going to listen to this.
Yeah, I don't know. In the 80s, I never listened to that music, but now I hear it sometimes, and I go, oh, this was back then. But I used to listen to metal back in the 80s. But yeah, now I don't know. I love Rammstein. So they're my favorites.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. I like one album of theirs.
Yeah, the first.
I like that Mutter album.
Mutter. Oh yeah, it's good. I've got that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and Usher and Du Hast and all of that. But do you listen to Scandinavian metal at all? Amon Amarth or?
Well, I don't like buy their records and that, but I like them. They're bands that they're good songs. Amon Amarth. Just I'd go and see them.
Yeah.
Be a good time.
Oh,
They're good. They're good. Yeah, they're good. They're good songs.
that'd be great.
You can put it. You can put one of their records on. It's not going to sound bad. It's good. It's good metal.
Yeah.
They got heart. You know,
Yeah.
they got heart. You know.
Yeah.
Most of the time, or maybe I'll send you some music.
Cool.
If you're into
heavy, full on, is it heavy stuff? Yeah.
Oh, not as heavy.
Yeah.
I listen to this great. I do this. There's this great guy called Byron Metcalf. I found he just does shamanic drums and all this stuff, and just this big.
Oh, okay.
It's got a great album called "The Warning from the Elders." Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Send me the link or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send you some stuff. Yeah, it's good. You can do it. You can just. I sit there. I do the. There's a big earth on. It goes for about 15 minutes. So I just do that a lot with him. You can just do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, sometimes I listen to a bit of metal in the car. That's where I like to listen to it.
Yeah. Oh, that's my always for years in the car. That's like full on, and I drive and I go like crazy. Just
yeah.
That's
my entire teenage years were spent listening to music with blokes drinking beer and in cars.
Yeah.
So where are you? You're in Melbourne. You're in Melbourne.
I'm in Melbourne. I'm in Brunswick, Coburg area. Between Brunswick, Brunswick and Coburg.
Yeah, I was living in Brunswick East.
Oh, Brunswick East. It's my neighborhood. Yeah, so just there. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm in East, but I'm not far from there. So we've got a Padre coffee nearby. Do you know Padre coffee?
I don't know. What side was I on? I was on the side near that race course. You know that race course?
Oh, right. That would be west. That's west, Brunswick West. That's a Money Ponds race course.
No. It's Brunswick East.
Is it Brunswick East?
Yeah.
Near Carlton then? Was it near Carlton?
I can drive. What's the road that you drive down to get in? Dawson Street?
Dawson Street, Glen Lyon or Dawson, yeah.
Yeah, I'm around there, Glen Lyon. You can go straight down there into the main street of Brunswick. All the
Sydney Road.
Yeah.
Lygon Street, Sydney Road.
Yeah.
So you lived here. Yeah, that was I wanted to ask you that. Why did you move? Why did you move again? I mean, because you came back here.
I came here to do a tour.
Oh, now you could have done a tour here because we would.
I just done one, and then I'll come here. I was going to do about 6 months here, do a tour, do some shows, then come back. Instead, this has happened.
Yeah. But here it's good now. Like they do comedy shows now.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think they're going to hit Europe harder because they need to knock that sense of individual sovereignty out of the out of the European psyche.
Yeah. Yeah.
They tried it. They hammered it down. These are my theories. They hammered it down hard on Australia first. They acquiesced like they knew they would. Them and Canada, they're pretty fucking easy to fucking knock over. America, that's just a basket case that they want destroyed and have for fucking generations. The poor fuckers, Thank God these Americans have still got guns, right?
Yeah.
The Asians, they're obedient.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I think they're the ones they're going to leave for their fucking depopulation agenda.
Yeah.
Leave the Asians. Why? China's going to be the centralized some fucking thing going on. So got to destroy the United States. I don't know what's going on with Russia. Africa, I don't know. What is that? Hopefully there's enough black people there who know that they shouldn't trust white people with needles. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But Europe has a collective ideology of what? Sort of the individual and national sovereignty. It's in the collective psyche. You know what I mean? The idea of one's perpetual just dominion over oneself is a very European.
Yeah.
So they're hammering Europe because it's got wealth too. They need to suck the wealth out of it.
Yes.
and they need to knock that psychology out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering about that actually. I was like, what's the agenda with this, with Europe? Why is this happening? But that makes sense actually. Just
That's what I
brainwash
reckon.
them. Yeah.
Because it's a deeper, it's this collective psyche runs deep.
It is.
The Australians acquiesce like that because they're like a child. They're like children.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're like, you know, they have very simplistic, you know, they don't even, what do you say to an Australian if you say something against Australia? They just go, mate, you know, that's very un-Australian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you could then go, well, that's just the same as going, well, that's very un-fascist. Well, you don't agree. You don't agree with me. Well, it's very fascist. You don't agree with the fascist. Well, that's very unfascist. So there you go. You shut the person down.
Yeah.
And then step B is, if you don't like it here, mate, you can fuck off. So there you go. There you go. There's your two. There's your two things to discuss problems about Australia with Australians.
Yeah.
And even with the system, because how many times do these people, in fact, it's probably the system that says un-Australian more than Australians, unless the ones that take it on board, but they always come out, oh, no. When I saw people actually protesting this stuff that's going on now, you watch these cops in Australia talk to them. The authorities in Australia talk to the Australian public like, when they were like, how dare you? Like school children.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you go and protest against the system? We'll be there, 300 of us, and you'll be in trouble with the headmaster.
Yeah.
How dare you Australians come up here and be un-Australian? Yeah.
Well said. I like that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then also I sometimes think, and then there's no collective memory of anything happening to them. There is to Aboriginals.
Yeah.
And you know, but there's that. You know, you can't deny that. You know, if you're in a suburb, you have suburbs in places like Canada and Australia that you don't have in Europe. You don't have 70 kilometres of cul-de-sacs. Yeah, Australia does. You know, from the outer skirts of Sydney to the bottom of the Blue Mountains is suburbia. It's 67 kilometres of something of houses that go out and out and out, which is just, now that's a whole ecosystem. If you live in there at halfway between the mountains and Sydney, you're really going to go into Sydney, especially anymore, where $15 parking and this and that. And most people don't leave those places. I've lived in those suburbs. People stay in there forever. You can stay in there. Like the shopping's there, your friends are there, your house is there, your job is close by, you can ride your motorbike over there, you're there. Then it's Australia, where you really don't think about politics.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's never really affected you, even though they've sold out your whole country. That's one of the most corrupt, cabalic, satanic fucking places on earth.
Yes.
But you know, you're the lucky country. Right, so you're out there, and it doesn't seem like anything's affecting you. It's a natural. I'm not sitting here knocking Australians. It's a natural part of things when you're not. Yeah, it's not affecting you, right? And if you wanted to get into Tony Parsons on duality, he'd go, "Yeah, it's because everything that's not with you is not existing." So it's not like. But here's the problem: when you try and point things out to Australians, sometimes maybe I'm a little aggressive and need to do it with a bit more class. But sometimes they can get really reactionary very quickly, right? To defend this because they've never been given the access to think deeply enough about themselves. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Right. Yeah. So everything, it's almost like they react like children, like PC people, like they can't see it. It's just a personal attack. You can't discuss what's gone on in the country without them somehow taking on board, like it's a personal attack upon their identity. Yeah. And why? Because they really lack an identity. Right? If I see a bunch of, Bulgarians, like I was watching this morning on this guy's channel, dancing around in those traditional dresses and these hats with the blokes, they're all spinning around, and the girls have got flowers in their hair, and then you go to Turkey and they're banging drums and going like this, and, right? Well, Australians have none of that.
Yeah.
They don't have any. What do they have?
Footy. Footy has started.
So even in their sort of psychic archetypes, what do they have there as Australians?
Yeah.
What traditions do they have that they grab onto that unionizes them in the unseen?
Yeah, true.
Nothing.
I never thought of that, actually. Yeah.
Now, I used to look at it in one sense, perhaps they were given a gift because life is strange, that maybe you don't have this traditional baggage that holds you down, and sometimes that the Scots hate the English still, and the Croatians hate them, and we hold on to this hatred for generation after generation. Maybe you're blessed that you don't have this, so you can, because also you're sitting next to one of the most ancient people on earth, who are just up the road. Go on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So this strange dichotomy of cosmic depth.
Yeah.
Sitting next to fucking the footy zone. And if you don't like it, mate, you can back off. And there's some of the most ancient people on earth who, if they didn't have a tradition and a collective archetype or some kind of understanding of the dream world or the unseen, they wouldn't have gotten through all this fucking 200 years, 300 years of fucking.
Yeah.
So that's why they promote the atheists now too. They're going to take God away from you. Right? Now you're going to be anthropocentric, and you're going to think you're the center of the universe. And if you're the center of the universe, that means you have to solve all your problems. That means you've created all the problems, and you've created global warming. And there's no God to help, so you're going to do it, and you can't do it because you created it. But you're going to have to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to take it on board because it's a massive problem that you've done, your little viruses.
Yeah.
The overpopulation. There's another thing. What if the elite, they don't want 7 billion souls waking up? They've never had 7 billion people here before. What if they wake up? right. No. We like the ruling elite serf deal. We like slaves and us. We don't like 7 billion fucking middle class, sort of educated with a bit of money people.
Yeah.
Especially as we move into the age of Aquarius. And certain things have fucking sparked, even if there is certain understandings in different ways, people do yoga in Australia now. No one wandered around in the 70s with a yoga mat in Australia unless you were a hippie with a van. Right. So even there's a commodity there, a commercialism there of selling this. It's also something that's also manifest in a country that when I grew up in it would be something completely mocked.
Yeah.
But it's normal now. And if you get into yoga, then they may offer you information into what? Well, different thinking. Right. So you can see these, that could be a little manifestation of what? Well, a small evolutionary pocket almost. Like here's a gateway to, you might read this book about, hey, I don't, maybe there's more to me than I thought. And so what's gonna, I don't want these souls waking up. That's what's so funny. People see, if you go up to someone and go, do you believe the world's overpopulated? I'll go, yeah. They don't know why they think that. Well, they just go, yeah. I doubt if I'd met anybody in the street and I said, and they'd go, yeah. Then I'd go, okay, and you went and proved that. Who told you it was overpopulated? Well, it's just around, isn't it? Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Isn't it amazing? It's just around. How did it get around? So it's like McDonald's is just around too, isn't it? So you just have it. You just have a Big Mac. Well, it's just around, isn't it? So,
it's just around, yeah.
And now it's just around. Well, the world's overpopulated. There's not enough fossil fuels, and if there's too many people and there's not enough fossil fuels, obviously, Steve, something's got to give, doesn't it? Yeah. You ever thought about that? Someone's told you there's too many of you.
Yeah. But apparently people have been told before like couple of centuries ago that there were too many people.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's always too many people for the fucking rich, because they want everything. Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, I never believed that. I was like, why? I'll tell you why. Because I can't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm telling you this. Well, you're in a universe, and giving birth is life, and it seems to be a drive that's really full on in you.
Yeah.
And not only a drive that's full on you, so you're out of control, but something that seems to be manifest. Well, it's life, isn't it? If it's not giving, manifesting, it's not life.
Yeah.
Right. So why would the system be set up for you there to be too many of you and that you're going to run out of stuff? No, you just don't know who you are.
No, it's recycling. That's what Hughes used to say. It's recycling.
The earth is what it's showing you every day. It just you put seeds in the ground, and fruit comes out of these things and trees, and it just see it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Life.
And then the plant goes up, and then it goes away, and then that goes over there, and then this tree comes up, and 3 tons of mangoes come off one seed. And you don't see the miracle. You don't see the like it's just showing you. It's sitting in front of you, going, look.
Yeah. It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Yeah. Right. And now some demonic Luciferian fucking psychopath has told you,
yeah,
there's too many of you, and you know,
you gotta go. You got to go. Yeah, but
why? Because we're going to run out of oil, even though we've had the technology to not use oil for fucking millions of years or hundreds of years or however. But we don't shift to that. We don't shift. We don't change it. Oh, the world's fucking global warming. Yet how come when I go into these supermarkets, there's more things in packaging, more things? Why can I buy mashed potato in a package? If you're so concerned, why don't you just go? Well, we don't put mashed potato in fucking plastic packages. Why? If you want mashed potato, buy a potato and mash the fucking thing.
Grow your own potato.
Just mash a potato. Who's buying a plastic tub of potato? Like you fucking lazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh, that's wow.
Oh, you know, Steve, you don't have a normal job like I do. I work these hours. Yeah, so you should be looking at the system. Why am I working these hours where I have to eat shit potato in a plastic fucking tub I cooked in a microwave?
Yeah. Well, they'll have to stop
making excuses. Stop making excuses and look. You're already in the fuck without even this all this bullshit. You're already in the. And I'm not some radical anarchist. I understand that. I'm talking about you're already in a slave system. You're already no one gave up slaves. They simply sent you home and made you come back to work on Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you could buy your own house and fix your own fucking medical issues.
Yeah.
And feed yourself. We're not feeding you. You mean we have to feed these stupid cunts? Why don't we just send them home and tell them they're free? You get back here Sunday and we'll give you $1.80 an hour for your time. Now I understand how they harvest your energy, because they monetize your life and your energy.
Yeah.
And now you spend all that time. You spend time. You're giving them your time.
Yes.
And they give you a pittance so that you can barely survive in their fucking Luciferian structure.
Yeah.
Right. And then you sit there and then you debate me going, and you don't even understand this. I fucking, I knew early on, what do you want me to do? Get a normal job and just sit here to warehouse till I'm 65 and then do what? And have my wife and what? And straight away, I just went, well, look at it like this. People used to think it's designed as security.
Yeah.
Right. Now, of course, there's a level of security which I'm not anti-society. I like to use the plumbing and the electricity and the fucking roads, right? But we're talking about this money time system, right? That now you go, right. I knew early on, this is not security.
No.
Even if I get a guy with a good heart who owns a warehouse and I worked there for 40 years, if he goes bankrupt, even if his heart is a generous man and he can't pay me, he can't. It's not security. It's the illusion of security.
Yes.
I may be lucky. I may be lucky and work somewhere for that long, and the guy's wonderful. And they come out and he gives me a good pension till the end of my life. It may happen.
Yeah.
It's still an illusion,
Mm-hmm.
because the whole thing can be pulled apart, which they're doing now. Right? So they can pull it apart. So you're connected to what? Well, this pile of fucking dominoes that someone else runs. And so I realized that, no, I know, plus all the jobs I want are artistic. They're not even in here, especially in Australia. It's a fucking artist graveyard, right? So I realized, well, I'm just going to, if someone wrote down on paper to me to make a heavy metal, a death metal band singing about Satan and carrying on, or horror films, like in 1984 in the Blue Mountains, what's my chance of success? I'll tell you, nil. Are you still going to do it? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
My band's known all over the world. Didn't even make one record before it broke up. Why? Because I sat in caravans and wrote to people all over the world and sent it out to underground magazines and did all this. Right. It's going to be known. Nothing's happened here. It's going to be known. I'm going to do it. You can still buy that band. I found a shirt in a shop in Norway years ago. Just, yeah, right. We made one tape, but it's there. Why? Because I got it out. Then I learned, what you do what you want. Why? You have to jump into the void. The void is where the security is, because the muse and it opens up.
Yes. Yes. Wow.
Here's the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
And then you sit there and you sit in this illusion, and you turn something like this 31 years old and you go, I haven't got the car and I should be married, and I don't think I'm a success because I'm not living up to the standards of the thing. I moved to Ireland when I was 31, 33. With 2 phone numbers and 500 quid. No girlfriend. I still haven't got a girlfriend, right? That's another story, right? But it's like most people would have been going, oh, but I should get a house. I should have this. And I should settle down by now. And like, why? Not just so I can be miserable in this job I don't like, but feel as though I'm feeling all right because I got you. Why? Because you're scared to jump into the void.
Yes. Well said.
Right.
Well said. Someone said once, I think Bob said it to me, Bob Adamson. He said money doesn't come from a job. It comes from the void, from the emptiness, from ultimate. I think he said.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which is why usury is a sin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too, to stockpile it and create money off it and then hoard it.
Yeah.
Why the Muslims are like, no, because it's an energy, and they're using it like an energy to sap your time, to harvest your energy.
Mm-hmm.
They make you spend your time. You give them back tax so they can have their wars and their filthy ways, and basically pay their debts to the Luciferian banking system, which they're never going to get out of, because they're not spending any money in your country. Your countries are gone. They're corporations.
Yeah.
And so, but that's where people just don't know. People would be freaking out at my age going, oh, I should be like that. I'm not. Well, my stuff's been in storage for 20 years. I haven't seen any of it. I'm sitting here now stuck in a country. Don't know if I can get out. But you're like, I've never been hooked into I've got to be normal and get this and have that.
No, me too. I hated that way of life where you really, like, I call it life by prescription. Like that's how they prescribe it to you before you're born. Basically, they prescribe to you. You have to be a good student, good taxpayer. Actually, that's how they educate you to be a good taxpayer, right? To get a good job, to get education, so you can get a good job where they can get out as much as they can out of you. Get married, get family, get a car, get a first mortgage, second, third mortgage, and bloody die from some illness because you couldn't see the sun to get some vitamin D on you or whatever. By the time you get 50 or 60, you know, you're going to get depressed. That's going to lead into some physical illness, you know. When I was doing insurance, I saw that a lot. Like I was like looking after private school teachers. Everything, it was the same scenario. You wouldn't believe it. And I was like, oh my God, this is so, like, there was all like little recognitions to see what was happening. All of them went mental, the school teachers, mental. From being mental, they were like, in a few years' time, they would discover, oh, okay, from that mental thing, they were getting worse and worse. They would end up like with autoimmune or cancer or something, dementia or similar, like, and it's just disgusting. It's just sad.
No, it's yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, you know, here's my perspective. But see, I've reached a point where it's, you know, I've got enough information now where some elements of the way I think can be black and white. I know people go, what's the point? You don't want black and white thinking. I'm black and white thinking in some things. Right. So, for example, do you watch the media? No, of course not. Why? It's liars. It's psychological warfare. It's a military psyop. It's designed to get into your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch it. It's black magic.
Yeah.
Right. There's no, oh yeah, but no. Even if you're watching it consciously, knowing, don't. Just fucking, it's like a scrying mirror or something, whatever they call them in magic. Don't stare into it.
Yeah.
There's liars on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised their tongues aren't filled with swords. I don't know how you can lie that much. Not have some kind of fetid mouth that drips with venom, you know. So that's black and white for me. No, you don't watch it. I haven't watched it once. I haven't. So imagine if you've been watching it every day. Well, here's what I'm trying to tell people. I'm not in your world.
No.
Because the day that fear came up me with that black guy one, I haven't thought about this bullshit once in that sense.
Yeah.
Should I not shake hands with people? But now there's people who have gone and got themselves fucking jabbed, and I'm like, well, I don't want to be near them.
No. Yeah, me too.
Like, I can't believe that they're so surprising to me. So
especially here, like there's nothing. Literally, we are free from it. Like,
oh mate, how have you made free from what? What did people see anything? Oh, I saw some dancing. And my uncle got it, you know. And I don't care about your sob story. How do you know he got it? There's liars telling you that everyone got it. And if you did get it and none of this was going on, well, you just would have had an uncle that died. Like so everybody else, someone else had an uncle that died, and an aunt that died, and a mum that died, and a kid that died, and a dog that died. Why? Death's coming.
Yes.
It even comes quicker than you're told because they've tricked you into chronological time as well.
Yeah.
That's why I don't celebrate birthdays or anything. I'm not interested in your birthdays. So tick down, tick down. I don't give a shit. I don't live there.
Yeah, I
don't. And then people get upset. What do you mean, Steve? You're such a party people. You don't. I'll go to your birthday party if it makes you happy. I'll grant you that. But I'm not into. Oh, we'll throw you one. No, I don't want one. No, come on. I don't want one.
Exactly. And they insist to celebrate your birthday, and they want to come and make a party like you want, but you don't want it. So
I don't want to do a ritual.
Yeah.
To what? To cement
exactly
this illusion of chronological time into this linear framework of fucking rubbish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Sometimes I'm just arrogant. They go, well, why do you think that? I go, because I'm smarter than you.
They probably reckon, oh, he's weird. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, right.
What a nutcase.
When I say smarter, I only do it to be a piss taker, right? It's not smarter. It's just like because you haven't looked at anything.
No.
Maybe this is your karma. I don't fucking know. I don't. But don't tell me that you know about things I know you haven't looked at.
Yeah.
And don't ask me to expect me to give it to you in 10 minutes. That's why they say don't throw pearls before swine.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'll tread all over it. They'll just stomp it. Because they don't get it.
Yeah.
you know, I've seen people where I realize, you know, I can't show them something because before it's even really gotten underway, their belief system's turned up.
They knocked it down already. Yeah.
And they have a couple of reactions. Some are like, I prefer the honest ones that just get, Steve, if I'm honest with you, it scares me and I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
At least you're honest. At least you're honest in your denial. Right. There's honesty there. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. Right. But if you just start away and I see it, I either go, right. See, this is not you smart, mate. I'm just watching your belief system just like a serpent just come up. It's no. You can just watch this thing come up and you just don't want to. You just got to mock it already. You can't. So like when I'm with those people, I just turn it off. What do you turn it off for? Because I know what you're doing. Like, what's the point? You don't want this.
Yeah.
You
don't.
So,
yeah, that's true. They don't want to be changed. They love their ways. And you
don't want it. So I'm not going to sit here and be humiliated by you.
No.
For your childish antics of simply not being able to sit there like an adult and look at something you've never heard of.
Yeah.
There's a great guy. I listen to a lot of these bachelor channels now, right? Because men are going their own way with feminism and law courts in America. There's even a group called MGTOW, Men Going Their Own Way. And there's basically channels now, not how to pick up chicks, no, how to fucking live without them. Because if they want to act like this, fine.
Yeah.
Right? But there's a black guy on there now. He's a bit more entrepreneurish. He's got a big suit. His glasses are worth 15 grand, and he's made tons of cash. And he'll tell you how to get high value women. These women ring up, and I want this. He's like, well, but here's what I like. One day, this woman rings up. She's rabbiting on about something. He just goes, "Excuse me, madam. What you're talking about is way down the line in the intellectual level that we're all on here. So." I don't want to be offensive, but I'm sorry, you just can't keep up. So there's no use you being here. So thank you very much. Bink. I'm like, that's it. Why are we supposed to accommodate now everyone that can't? If I was on the football team and every time we went for training, I came in fucking behind everyone. And then when I went to kick the ball, she keeps missing. Eventually they're going to go, Steve. And that's the way I grew up. Well, you can't keep up, so you're not in the team. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it is. Yeah.
It's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Steve Harris made Iron Maiden, I had all these guys and they turn up and then I go, well, you coming to band practice? And my girlfriend said, well, bye, you're out. That's what I was like. You coming to band practice? Oh, well, my God. Well, there's no use. There's no and an and you either are or you aren't. If you're not, then you're not in the band. You and when you go to work? Are you coming to work? Oh, no, my girlfriend said, no, you don't. You go. Well, do you want to come to band practice? Oh, my girlfriend, well, fucking bye. Out. Right. Because you can't keep up.
You can't. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So fuck off.
Yeah.
This is not discrimination. This is discernment.
Yeah. Of
what I need to create what I want to create. But these brainwashed little PC people running around the equality, and there is no equality. When I grew up, we got inspired by books or people. You'd read about some man or woman that go, when I was young, my father was an alcoholic and then he left and I was with my mother, but she died of breast cancer and I was only 12. So I had to work in this warehouse. And then I met this guy who actually, he said, he lent me £100 and I thought I'll go to school. And I finished my school. I was working 8 hours a day. And then I moved to Florida and I met this man and I decided to invest in this thing, in this restaurant I was working at. Then I thought, no, and then I went up to chef and then I thought, and I bought the restaurant. And then I opened this chain of restaurants. And now I'm this guy that they're the people we used to look at. See what that fucking person did?
Yeah.
Now they're all going, and my mum left and my dad left. And I've got a ribbon on for mental health. And it's like,
must be all these hormones in the meat that we eat. I don't know what it is. Chemicals.
I think it's the estrogen in the plastic bottles and the fucking estrogen in the river and the fucking, men are batting off to porn too much and everything's gone estrogen and men are running around. That's why I like these bachelor channels, right? That's why I like these bachelors, because they just teach you about the nature of women, which I never understood.
Yeah.
And they don't go on there. And some are vicious, some of these guys, because they've been done over by fucking chicks and by courts.
Okay.
But others are just like, no, you start to learn, you know, don't simp to these women. They're playing games with you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, and most blokes didn't know, because we got brought up to think there's sugar and spice and all things nice. Yeah. Men are fucking puppy dogs' tails and fucking horrible. And, you know, you don't know things as a bloke that when women are going, you know, nagging you, most blokes just acquiesce to get rid of the nagging. You know, I learned not even knowing that she's probably shit testing you to see, well, if I can, you know, get him to acquiesce, then what's going to happen when some challenge actually comes across?
Yeah.
Even if it's subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because he's the protector provider of me and the child. This is an ancient archetype and a part of nature within the organism almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? Well, I'll shit test this guy. And if he goes, yeah, okay, baby, I'll just do what you want. And then she just racks it away going, well, if a real threat comes and he fucking can't even stand up to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when they start looking around. What? Like lions do. What? Which one? Is that one dying now? Yeah, well, we're over here now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So when your girlfriend goes, you know, oh, I think it's time to break up, and next minute you go, oh, she got a boyfriend quick. No, she had that boyfriend for 4 months. Why? Because the feminists told her, oh, we want to see men show their emotions. No, they don't. Start crying in front of chicks and see how long they go, oh, fucking.
Exactly. Then they're going to ask for these violent men. Or, you know?
Right. And so, you know.
Yeah.
Feminism is everything anti-feminine. It's everything anti-woman, even, you know.
Yes.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Even sex, they make it like, you know, women don't get, oh, as if women, you know, women can just get sex. They're the gatekeepers of sex, you know.
Yeah.
Except for super hot guys who are just super fucking hot. Like, I think they have a status even above chicks. Just the, you know, the drop dead gorgeous, every chick in the rooms. No. Right. You know, you can see what's happening now in men, you know, women, because if you've got big, sexy men who can get women like that, well, if now you get, most people are about, what, a 5 or a 6, if we're going to use a scale. Most people don't live in supermodel, hot fucking world, right? Otherwise, everyone would just be there. They're not. There's a thin band of these people.
Yeah.
And so everyone's sort of around, sort of here, right? That's how people used to get together. And they're sort of, yeah, you know, this is my boyfriend, my girlfriend, we get together. But no, feminism comes in and goes, what? Well, men are pigs anyway. Women can be sluts if they want.
Mm-hmm.
Sexual freedom.
Yeah.
Right? We can be sluts if we want. And why should we stay home and look after the fucking kids? As if somehow that all these times they were staying home looking after kids, which, well, you had kids. Why don't you want to look after them?
Yeah.
Secondly, when they go, well, why did we have to stay home and look after him and do the dishes? Why? Because the guy went out to work. What did you think these men were doing every day they went out to work? Fulfilling their dreams.
Mm. Yeah.
Like they left at 8 in the morning, dropped a couple of fucking pingers and went to trance parties every day, did they? Yeah. Then got home and demanded a fucking sandwich.
Mm.
No, they're digging roads and falling off buildings and fucking. Mm. But somehow now, oh, you've got to wash up. Oh my God, do you? Oh no.
Yeah.
It's
just manipulation.
And so what's happening to these chicks? So now you can go out there. Well, I'll tell you what. Well, a bunch of 9, 10 blokes. If you're a 6 chick done up and you give it out, oh, they'll fuck you.
Yeah.
Men will fuck women. We're biologically driven just to fuck you.
Mm.
Like, I'm not the kind of guy that can just fuck any chick. I have to have some kind of connection, like some kind of, you know, like she wants to have sex with me.
Yeah.
And like, but really, I'm a bloke. I can have sex. You know, it's the way nature is, isn't it? The blokes just will have sex.
Mm.
So the women is usually, well, women have never been looked at. The men got all the things. The women are always highly regarded. Yes, I don't. Why? Because they're the givers of life. They're more protected. Why? Because
yeah.
You don't want your woman to be, you know, have had sex with 40 blokes.
Yeah.
And now she's 28 with 2 kids. And the trouble is they call these women, they all think they're princesses. And now they're going, and I want a 6'3" guy with 6-pack and a 6-figure income. Well, what are you bringing to the table? Well, I'm 28 with tattoos and 2 kids. But I'm a princess. Why can't I just have everything?
Mm-hmm.
But what are you bringing? Nothing.
Yeah. But that happens a lot. That happens a lot.
And so our society now goes, instead of going, why is there so many single mothers? It goes, let's not try and work out the point of the problem, because the society is part of the problem, because it's sold you out to these intellectual fucking ideas. Yeah. So instead of going, why is this a problem? Because this is a problem. Single mothers is a problem. No. We just rebrand it and go, they're brave.
Yeah.
Are they brave? So brave. Anyone that does anything difficult anymore is so brave. When he faced his father, it was so brave. Give him a medal. Give him a fucking medal.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like that nowadays. It's the fact, actually. And you can't do anything, just getting worse.
Oh yeah, and now it's basically what? So you think that, and what are these feminist terms? Oh yeah. Don't think you can just approach women. Don't think you can do this, which is, sexual harassment if you just approach us.
Yes.
What do you like in a man? I like a confident man. What, a confident man who won't approach you?
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't guess what? Because men will start. Because here's the other thing: men can live without you easier than you can live without them.
Yeah.
Because men get together in groups. Because men are interested in things that women call stupid.
Yeah.
That's why men can be funnier than women. Why? Because they can philosophize. This is Patrice O'Neill. I was trying to work out how to say this, and he said it perfectly. Because they can philosophize about dumb shit.
Yeah.
And what he means by that is, and his was pretty extreme, because you could sit around with a bunch of guys and goes, "Hey Bob, yeah, did you have sex with a chick without a nose?" And he'd go, "Well, like the whole nose or just the tip?" "No, whole nose. It's like a whole." "She good looking?" "Well, yeah, she was, but good body, great body." Yeah, I'd fuck a chick without a nose. Right, very good. Right. But he's just, if you sat around with a bunch of chicks and goes, "Would you fuck a guy without a nose?" "What do you mean? You're stupid. You fuck a guy without a nose. What are you talking about?" But
that's how it works.
how many women try to be funny or stupid to attract men? If you've got a guy who's unself-conscious and not a complete ogre, even sometimes ogres can pull it off if they've got that fucking magical wisp. But a guy that can walk into a dance floor and just be an absolute clown, but if he's got the zing, he can win chicks. Right? There's no chick going, "I'm going to go out on that dance floor and make a fool of myself, see if I can get a guy."
It wouldn't work.
One, no chick wants to do it. Why? Are you fucking insane? Like,
yeah.
And the thing is, they get, "Well, Steve, I know chicks like that. I know chicks like that too. I hung around mainly chicks like that because I'm from muso fucking metal world, punk world, where I knew bloke chicks. They weren't ugly lesbian bloke chicks. Some of them were good looking, but there were chicks that could hang around blokes."
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Some of them liked it more because they didn't deal with the drama of chicks. They didn't want that shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they're still women, and they end up as women. But there's different. There's real girly girls that some girls can't even stand. Just those ones. Even most. Some of them are just like, "Geez, you're a funny creature, right?" It's just, some are so dumb. It's just funny. It's just, but then then feminists do things like go, "Oh, these girls who do the Formula One at the racing with their shorts. Oh no, that's sexist, and the men are just sexualizing them." So they got them all sacked. So you can't do that now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what are you doing? So well, here's the thing. I feel sorry for all those pretty girls that were doing it because I'm pretty sure they were pretty. Or how come they have to all be pretty? Because if you're going to do things like wear tiny little shorts and things like this, it's pretty people do this.
Mm.
You don't give it to the ugly.
Yeah.
Why? Because no one wants to watch it.
Yeah, but they do have they have oversized, what they call them, oversized models now.
Well, see, here's the thing. I've seen some oversized models, right?
Yeah.
Who are fine. I've seen some chicks now. At least now they're not all got these stick chicks because they're fucking ridiculous. Now, at least, you know, I was watching some swimsuit.
Yeah.
I've never watched fashion, and one came up, and I started watching one because there was hot chicks in bikinis.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
But then I found some even weirder ones, but quite interesting for video stuff because, of course, some of these artier ones got into sort of liking little performances now, right? So it became quite interesting, but still hot chicks in bikinis. But it was great because there was bigger chicks. Some were like, okay, you're putting on the PC shit here, but some, they were just pulling out these chicks from where you go, oh, thank God, there's a chick with an ass this fucking big, right? At last, right? Instead of just this stick thing walking around. so it's good in that sense. I finally. But if you're just going to sit there and think everybody in the world who doesn't look great in a fucking bikini should be thrust up there for fucking equality, no. You know, I've had body fucking issues my whole life. You know, you wish you want to talk about body issues, I fucking had it. So you know, don't think you could just, I mean, what are you talking about? It's an internal fucking problem. So you're telling me that you just stuck pictures of fat chicks everywhere in bikinis, that all they have to do is feel like they're accepted now, and then all that inner pain would go away?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Now there's just a bunch of people ringing up the accountants going, how come we're not selling as many fucking swimsuits? Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Can't you get those 3 Brazilian chicks back? Well, yeah. Apparently they're not allowed to do it anymore because sexist or something.
And maybe that's why Australians are marrying more and more Asian chicks.
Oh yeah, of course they are.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing too. You know, when I watch women, who are, you can see them in the Middle East when they do that dancing. You can see them, some of the ones on runway. When chicks can go, right? You know, the odd guy can do it if he's, I can do it, right? I can, right? But when women do it, it's not just because men are sex-setted. Look at it. Look at it. Men don't do this. This is feminine and sensual.
Yeah.
Men don't. You can get a man, okay, you can get one, you get that odd sort of, you know, I've been in rock star bands. I know the rock stars, the pure rock star, what he emanates, where he's still masculine, but he's kind of androgynous and sexy and free, right? But then sometimes women do, like, I know women get upset because they want everything. So you want that big ripped guy that chops wood with no shirt, but you're a little upset that he's really a bit boring. And he looks great with no shirt chopping wood, but he's a bit, he's kind of good in sex in one way, but not in another way, because he's a little. So then I have to have an affair with an arty guy who knows how to do this, who satisfies my sensual desires and knows how to all over me. And then I'm like, oh, but then I realise he can't unplug a sink, so he's fucking useless. Right?
Well,
right?
that's
So
good.
now I go, oh God, it should.
Yeah.
Now I need to find a guy. Now I need to find a guy to have kids with. Now he can't be either one of those guys because that's the thing. He's good, but now this guy's too fucking. That's why I've got no girlfriend. I can't put up shelves. I've been there for years. Just right. So now I have to get this guy who's kind of stable and can give me security, and then I have kids with him. But then after a while, it becomes boring. Why? Because he provides me with the things of normality.
Yes. Yeah.
Where's that guy who chopped the wood with no brains? Where is that?
So you need about 5 to make it right. So each
yeah.
for each occasion one.
There's that old Bill Hicks joke, isn't it? He goes, when Adam and Eve are in the Garden of Eden, and then, you know, Adam sits there and he goes, look at this, Eve. Isn't it great? We've got this whole paradise to live in. There's just fresh water and there's animals and there's abundant food and just, you know, whenever we think, whatever we want, it just manifests immediately into creation. It's amazing, isn't it? And Eve went, yeah. It's just not enough, is it?
That's how we are still.
And so, yeah. And so here's the thing, you know, men don't get taught that.
No. Yeah.
Right? So now, of course, you get some angry ones who have been done over and they're upset because, you know, especially in this age where it's like, women do no wrong. Mate, they're vicious fucking bitches. What are you talking about? They're fucking
vicious, yes. Vicious.
Mate, what, you know, all these images of them with cauldrons is not by mistake. You know?
Yeah. When I see like behind every successful man, there is a woman such and such who supports him. And I go, no, behind every successful man, there is a woman who wants to come and steal it all or claim it.
Yeah.
So I see.
Yeah. Who wants to steal and is fucking the pool guy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Like,
I like Bill Burr. He talks about Mrs. Obama.
yeah, Bill Burr's great.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. Has been for years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just ludicrous, you know. It's like even Eddie Murphy years ago in the '80s, it was very funny. He goes, he's going, Johnny Carson's getting divorced, and he's got an attorney, he got an alimony bill for like half. What's Johnny worth? $350 million, and she's getting half. Half. I mean, I got a feeling she probably knew Johnny had a fair cash before she married him. I'm just, I mean, what did she do to think she deserved it? Did she get a job on Saturday morning at the hairdresser and then come back in the afternoon and go, look, Johnny, now we got $300,070.
Oh, he's hilarious. Oh, it was really good. Yeah. That's
what he goes. That's why I'm going to marry some big bush bitch called Mumfufu from Africa.
Yes.
Bring her over here. He goes, but next minute she'll start talking to American women. That's if she goes, Eddie, what have you done for me lately, Eddie? Oh
no. Yeah. Apparently the newest movie he it was all political correctness and it was nothing like
yeah.
I didn't even see it. Yeah.
If you stay in there.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to be in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's
yes. Yeah, we should probably wind this up.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise we could talk for hours. So
yeah. I'll probably chop it in 2 parts or something because
yeah.
3 hours. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Thank you for this, and I really appreciate it.
No worries.
Yeah, really. Like I wasted so much of your time.
No, it's just it's good. I hope. I hope your listeners aren't bored. I forget they're getting recorded and just end up talking to you. Hey, an interesting person at last.
Thank you for this.
Because these days, you get to a point where even if I'm with people that are kind of, they're not stupid. I'm not saying people are stupid.
Yeah.
But they don't. But they're not on the. They're not interested in what I'm interested in, and they don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So when I get someone that I can just talk, and they can just I know it. Yeah. Just go with non-dual. You can just talk. Here we go. Some people just.
Yeah.
And they just because they haven't. They've been watching Netflix.
Yeah. No, I really liked. You were really good on trigonometry. It was really good.
Yeah. Somebody's the show ended just as I was starting to get interested. I was starting to go, okay, we're gonna get deep now. Like, oh, that's enough. But what?
Really good. Like it was short for me because I wanted to hear more, but it was just perfect. And this is because someone posted it. One of my UK friends on Facebook, he posted it, and I watched it, and And you mentioned Tony Parsons. I really liked a lot because you talked about this subject that interests me, and he's similar. And he loves Tony Parsons as well. So you mentioned him as, then I thought, oh, did I see that Bob's 2 years ago? And I just,
Yeah, I think you did.
and I was like, you had a cap on or something. I think
Yeah,
came
probably,
back to me. I forget stuff, but I remember that day it was like Free Steve's came. It was funny for me because I was at the door and I was recording Bob Pro. And you had the cap on, I think you came in, and you were smiling, was like real personality, like, and it's just so engaging. You didn't say anything, I think, in the meeting, but yeah.
No, I was fucking having severe dark night of the soul depression, man. Fucking hardcore.
Yeah. Is it, so it's, you over it now, are you?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I understand what you're saying because I was in similar situations. Or yeah, and that sort of helped me to.
Tony Parsons is excellent. I like Tony Parsons.
Oh, I know. Love him.
Yeah. You know how I found his book? I had this book called do you know Ajashanti?
Ajashanti, yeah.
Yeah, I had a book by him called Emptiness Dancing, and I really loved it. It was a good book.
Yeah.
And I left it on a train once.
Mm.
So I went back to this shop in London called Watkins. It's a massive 3-story esoteric bookshop. Right? Everything from non-dualism to conspiracy theories. So it's just everything. Right?
Mm.
I walked in, they had this table where they have specials. And I walked in, there was just All There Is, that Tony Parsons book with the red cover. It's just all red and just said All There Is. So I turn it around, there's that, he's on the back in his yellow shirt with his, and I thought, I'll just buy this. I'll just get this one, right? All There Is. Okay, I'll read about All There Is. And then it was great. It was like your mind was like a bucket of eels, because it was like, I read non-dualism before, but this was just brute, like it was blunt. It wasn't poetic.
The best. Yeah.
Done with sort of, this sort of fragrance of language that was nice to digest, but this was just,
Did you
so
see The Open Secret?
Why did you come here? Sorry?
Did you read The Open Secret?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. Yeah.
But just that, I had about 4 of his books.
Okay. Did you go and see him?
No, I never got to see him, but
you should.
Oh, no, I didn't even think about it when I was back in the day, because I didn't have internet. I didn't even think about it. I was just working all the time.
No, he's now on the YouTube. You can catch him on Zoom. You can join him, and like, he's really good. His wife is excellent. She's gorgeous. They're just beautiful people. They're funny.
Because he's just, I know, because he's just, I love his just.
So
why did you come here, Tony? Why'd you come here, Tony? I didn't. He said, I watched this woman one day. This made me laugh, right? He's doing some talk in London. I was listening to it on the YouTube, and there's this woman. She goes, oh, Tony, I've come to a few of your talks now, and I've I've eased up on all the spiritual seeking so much, and sort of just, but I still like to come here to listen to the stuff, because, just makes me feel good about myself. And he goes, oh, well, you should stop coming.
Oh, yeah. I actually remember that. I was laughing. Yeah, she said, I feel good here, or whatever she said. And he goes, you should stop coming.
Yeah.
Or you should come on. Oh, my God. He's hilarious. And
there's another one too. I was surprised there were some young, pretty girls in this audience, like English girls. I like posh English girls.
Yeah,
Charlotte and Olivia.
Yeah,
and then I remember this girl. So I'm talking to her. He's going. This is all there is. This is it. And the girl goes, so you're saying that this is it? He goes, yeah, this is it. She goes, this is it? Yeah, and I know exactly where that's coming from, sweetheart. I know exactly where it's coming. I know that's why you're here. What? Please, just come in.
You should watch his gig in Berlin. That was 2012 or something. I watched it like 20 times. I swear to God, because he was telling the jokes, and they were so good, like about spiritual teachers like Gangaji or whatever, and on the priest on the plane, and rabbi on the plane. And it was really, really good. You have to watch that.
I'll watch that one. There's
Yeah.
another guy called Paul Hederman. Have you watched him?
Yeah, I watched Paul. Yeah, he came here also. Yeah.
I like him too.
Yeah, he was he was an addict, and
Yeah.
Paul
He's
Hederman.
good though. I like him.
I used to watch him a lot at the time, but now I no longer, because I don't need it. So
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I sometimes just watch him for company.
Yeah,
because I kind of like him.
do.
But it's like
I do watch Tony at times because I really love Tony. So yeah, like just to spend time rather than because I don't watch television, so I'd rather watch something like that. So I watch YouTube channel and that's it pretty much.
No, TV. I haven't watched TV since 1986.
Wow, you're longer than me. I can't remember. 30.
But I watch DVDs and films and comedy
same.
shows, but I never watch because I can't hack ads. I can't have ads
digest it
in my house.
No. Propaganda, no, machine. That's what it is.
How can anybody watch a film? How can you be watching Apocalypse Now and then every 7 minutes just carpets? Come on down to Big Bad.
That put me off. I used to mute it. I would mute it first. And I remember reading Eckhart Tolle, and he used to say, Eckhart, like, mute it. And I used to mute it. And then in the end, I couldn't. And I just watched comedy at the end. And then SBS and ABC. Then I stopped that as well. I just couldn't watch anything else. And I just threw it out. Like it was new television. I just took it out. And someone took it. Like I just couldn't handle it. And my son he grew up without television. Like he grew up like this. And people at work, they would just go, they used to joke with me, oh, Sabine, there was war. And I was like, where? Like I would be serious and everyone would laugh. They would just play a joke on me. Because
well,
yeah.
I used to say, please, if everyone threw their TV out, who would they talk to?
Yeah.
There'd be no one to talk to.
Yeah.
Just throw it out. Just don't listen.
Yeah. Don't listen. Yeah.
Some of these things are so simple. Just stop it.
Just stop it. And that also was great help for me. Like it was driving me nuts, And now I love being on my own, and I'm kind of pulled back in a way. It's like I get lazy. I can't even plan. I'm disorganized in a way, like because I don't care. Not that I do care, but I don't,
Yeah.
I'm no longer anxious. It has to be like, oh, I had to do everything first. I have to be first everywhere on time. Now it's like I'm late always, and it's changed. So if something's pulling me back, and I go, oh, I'm still not going, but I can't make myself go because something is making me go. And they used to book my flights, people from work, because I just, I was lazy to book my own flights. I had to go.
I have to have a manager or something. I can't. Here's where I'm a crap husband. I'd have to have a wife. I'd need a wife who will take it on board. Listen, sweetheart, I'll chop wood topless for you every once in a while, but you've got to do all this. Right.
Tasks.
Steve, you're gonna book a flight, Steve? No, I'm not. I don't like it. As soon as I'll go through it all, then I'll press it and I'll go something declined. And I'll just no, I don't.
Yeah.
Like you down. I don't want to go in there. I don't.
Same. I don't want to. I stop before I start. No.
Just a catastrophe. I need a girlfriend who's into IT or something. Just look, here's everything you need to do to get this stuff done. How many logs do I have to chop in the sweating?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Get that chick from the phone. What's her name? The one with the messages. I forgot her name now. Anyway. Okay.
All right.
Okay, well, Steve. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, and take care, and
No worries. Well, maybe I'll give, I can ring you again sometime. We can
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, we can chat and stuff in between, and sometimes we can even record, and if something turns up, that's okay, doesn't matter.
All right.
I'll put it up and I'll send you the link. So, okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Probably
you. All
best
the
to cut
best.
it up.
Okay. See ya.
All right, Dal. See ya.